So this is the e-bike SSF winner from December. Richard from Fairfield Imports in Pensacola, Florida won this bike.
Congratulations!
So we're gonna do a little walk around and show you all the features and benefits. This is a super cool bike. Richard kind of lucked out. Richard's a really tall guy. This was the only one they had, so we upgraded him at no charge. So what we did, so what this is this is a dual battery, full suspension, 150 millimeter travel mountain bike. There is a battery here. There's another in-tube battery down here. We'll remove both of those and show you those a little bit later, but we'll just kind of work our way from the front to the back. So this does have a 36 millimeter Fox Rhythm front fork. You are going to, we've already put enough air in it for Richard's assumed weight. What you will have to buy is invest in a little hand pump for suspension. Buy it on Amazon, they're like 20 bucks. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill this every once a quarter or so. You're gonna fill this and make sure that there's enough air, because this front fork is an air spring. And you know you have it set right when you sit on the bike gently and you have compressed, just with your weight sitting on the bike, you've compressed the front fork 25% of its travel. Okay, same exact thing with the rear shock. There is a little Schrader valve down here on this side, on the right side. Do the exact same thing, sit on the bike, pump it up with a suspension pump. And when you sit on the bike, you want the suspension droop to be 25% used. That's how you know the pressure. Document the pressure, write it down somewhere on the bike even with a Sharpie, just so you kind of know. And then from there, you're just gonna check it once a quarter. This has Magura 4-piston calipers all the way around with a huge front brake rotor. It has a through axle for the front. So a nice big heavy duty axle. These are 2.8 inch front and rear tires, really nice and wide. They have lots of traction. So then we'll move up here to the controls. This is the Bosch's new controller. They call it a kiosk. When you receive the bike, you're gonna plug the battery in to the charger. I'll show you where to plug it in, and then just let it rise fully to 100% charge. Right now the powertrain is off. If you wanna turn it to the first mode of eco, which is the first amount of power that you get for pedal assist, you push this plus over here once. If you want the second one, you push the plus again. You want the third one, you push the plus again, and then you go into turbo. At turbo, this is the high-end Bosch motor, so you can see down here, this is a Bosch Performance Line CX. At turbo, you have 85 Newton meters of torque. A huge amount of torque. This thing has tons of power. So this bike's gonna be super fun. Here's the different settings, trip distance, miles, your power in watts that you're outputting, max speed, average speed, all this stuff. So this has a seat dropper post. So it's kind of like a desk chair. So we're gonna push this button over here on the left, push it down, and then the seat stays down. When you're going downhill on the bike, you want the seat down. And then when you're going back uphill, you want to get back in the saddle, push this up, and then you can start pedaling uphill. It just makes it so this doesn't get in the way when you're going downhill, is the whole point of this. The left is the front brake, Magura 4-piston calipers on the front. Same thing with the right, Magura 4-piston caliper on the rear. Over here you have a rear derailleur. So this bike does not have a front derailleur. It's just a single speed front. It's a 12-speed bike, so 12 rear gears. Everything is shifted right from here, right from the right side derailleur. This is gonna be our seat adjuster right here. Be careful, there is a cable that's attached to the bottom to this seat dropper control, right? So be careful when you pull on this. Those can go out of adjustment kind of easy. So here's our Fox Float rear shock. Coming down to our pedals, these are Bull's pedals, Derailleur XT rear derailleur. This bike has 2 batteries on it. Both keys are keyed alike, so I'm going to remove both batteries. Before we remove them, I'm going to show you how to charge this bike's batteries. So at the same time, so here's the charger. It just plugs into a 110 outlet that's not plugged in right now, but you will receive that. This is the connector. We're going to connect this guy right into there, and this is going to charge both batteries, okay? Each battery can be removed and charged separately, but you don't have to do that. If you don't want to, you never have to remove the batteries off this bike ever, if you don't want. You can charge each of them, you can charge each individually, however you want. The key, which is right here to unlock the upper battery right here, is right down here. We're gonna turn that key. This battery falls out. Be very careful with this battery. It's a Power Pack 500. It'll just fall out. It can drop and hit the ground. So that's battery number one. Battery number two is in here. So what we're gonna do is pull this guy out. This is just a cover. The key for this one is right here. We're going to turn this. It's gonna fall out. We're gonna grab it. There's a little button you push right here. Push this button and it comes out. And that is our Power Tube 625. So we have 625 watt hours in here, and we have 500 in there, the power pack. So that's how we get 1,125 hours of battery. That's a huge amount of battery for an e-bike. This bike can probably go roughly 80 to 100 miles. That's double the range of all the other e-bikes that we sell. So this is a huge amount of battery. If you wanted to plug it in and charge this one separately, you can see this connector is the same as that connector. This connector is, so all these connectors are the same. They're all interchangeable. So now we're just gonna pop this guy back in. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this. It'll go in, that'll clip in there like so. Pull that out. We are then going to reinstall the battery cover. That goes back in like that. This battery goes back in like so, just like that. And you want it to pop into position. You don't want those falling out. That covers removing and reinstalling both batteries. This is an upper bag holder to mount an upper saddlebag, so they give you this nice mount. If you wanted to put an upper saddlebag on it. This bike is a super trick bike. It can go tons and tons and tons of miles. So Richard, if you have any questions, give us a call. You're gonna enjoy this thing.